Dan Calloway, you do believe that 90%, you believe that 90%, 98% of African Americans are in fact Native Americans, and they are owed millions of dollars. You do, that is what you believe, right?
Don't you dare lie to me!
It's not about what I believe, it's about what I could actually prove.
A month? A week? I trusted you!
Why y'all just telling me this now?
And by the way, that article was done in 2015, 2016, so I have put out more information than just that.
How long did you wait? A month? A week? I trusted you!
Back then, that was about 2015, I want to say, 2015.
And by the way, that article was done in 2015, 2016.
That was about 2015, I want to say, 2015.
So I have put out more information than just that.
I'm like, why you wait so long? Because you wouldn't understand it. I'm like, what do you mean?
Dan Calloway, you do believe that 90%, you believe that 90%, 98% of African Americans are in fact Native Americans, and they are owed millions of dollars.
Because you wouldn't understand it. I'm like, what do you mean?
You do, that is what you believe, right?
It's not about what I believe, it's about what I could actually prove.
I'm like, why you wait so long? Because you wouldn't understand it. I'm like, what do you mean?
Okay, all right. So now the 2% are Africans who came over on the slave trade with that analysis, right? So you believe that only 2% came over on the that you can prove. I'm just having a conversation.
You assuming you didn't know what the other 2% was about. You didn't know what the other 2% was about, but I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm about to tell you. I'm talking about our. One second, I'm talking about our people that were already here. We didn't come off of no slave ships. We were already here. I'm referring to those people, not the ones that mix with foreigners, whether if it be Central or South America or Africa and Europe. I'm not referring to none of those people. I'm talking about the indigenous people of this landmass. And by the way, that article was done in 2015, 2016. So I have put out more information than just that.
I fully understand now. I know who my family I mean, all the way back to Chief Wanaluska is who I'm related to on my father's side. And of course, they will be considered now Cherokee, Eastern Band or East Band Cherokee. And I'm like, I wonder, at that time, I was like, I wonder if that happened to everybody else. I wonder if people just didn't know, like that was being kept a secret, because based off of what the elders are telling me and my family members was that they were being killed to say that they were Indian or had any Indian blood in their family. And all of my family was full-blooded.
Okay, no. So now we do know from the Marshall Trilogy that Native Americans, right? Or that
I'm not referring to Native Americans. That's where you're making your mistake.
Because
you making a mistake right there. I'm not referring to Native Americans.
So you're not. No, I'm asking.
No, let me explain. Hold up a second. Let me explain. There's a difference between American Indians and Native Americans. Native Americans have nothing to do with being indigenous to this landmass. Have you ever heard of the political party called the Know Nothings? It's the third largest political party during the time period of the Federalists and the Whigs.
I can't talk to it right now.
It's the third largest political party during the time period of the Federalists and the Whigs. It was called the Native American Party. That's where that term came from. And that was nothing but people that were of Protestant religious belief that wanted to go against the Catholics at that time, while trying to come over here. Keep in mind, the white people were leaving from enslavement. They were running from enslavement, AKA transportation. You ever heard of the Bloody Code? The Bloody Code, UK. You ever heard of that? Oh, I mean, I'm not trying to go over your head with this information, but you gotta understand what happened with their people first in order to understand what happened with our people.
Outstanding.
No, Yeah. Okay, so I'm more interested in our people. So so what I'm trying to ask you is that what I'm trying to ask is, okay, so the Native Americans is different than the American Indians. The Native Americans, you say, was already here, right? And
incorrect. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Anything, right?
That is not what I said.
Okay, so what? Okay, so the Native Americans, the American Indians, are our people. So you say, right?
We don't know.
That's
yes.
You gotta do your genealogy.
No. Hold up. What you gotta understand? What's this brother's name? What's your name?
Genealogy, but
what's your name?
My name is Brother Reggie.
Reggie? It sounds like to me you only, you're not listening to what I just told you. You're listening to what you want to hear. What I'm trying to explain to you
I'm asking
is that
you questions.
I'm about to, I understand, and I'm answering. Hold up a second. I'm answering. Wait a minute.
I want to
listen to me.
Know.
Hold on, Reggie. One second. I'm explaining to you that there's a difference between the two. I also told you who the Native Americans are. You understand what I'm saying? But I already told you who the American Indians are with proof.
I fully understand now. I know who my family are. All the way back to Chief Wannaluska is who I'm related to on my father's side. And of course, they will be considered now Cherokee, Eastern Band or East Band Cherokee. And I'm like, I wonder, at that time, I was like, I wonder if that happened to everybody else. I wonder if people just didn't know, like that was being kept a secret, because based off of what the elders are telling me and my family members was that they were being killed.
And it's a few things that I mentioned that you're unfamiliar with. So if you don't like the way I answered your question, that's not my problem.
No, didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm listening. I'm just asking you some questions. So the group, there's a difference between American.
You trying to bypass what I just said?
American. No, I just said what you said, right? There's a difference between the two groups, right? So what I'm asking you is, how do you separate the group that you said was already here?
And I already told you
the groups of Africans.
But when I told you, you didn't like my answer. You didn't like the answer that I gave you because you're unfamiliar with certain things that I told you.
No, I didn't.
Finish him.
You told me that you were not familiar with the know nothings.
I didn't like the answer.
1 second. You told me that you were not familiar with the know nothings. So that means you have no idea of the Native American Party, which was the third largest political party during the time period of the Federalists and the Whigs. That's the time that I'm talking about. That moniker, Native American, was utilized. Prior to that, there were no Native Americans.